this team doesn't believe in rules until they get a slap on the wrist.
Oh, Inter Miami, obviously.
Inter Miami,
They probably
Indiana.
still don't believe in rules.
Indiana Vasilov has had his loan extended. Quarantine Jean, we spoke about in one of our other windows, as well as Alejandro Pozuelo. Out is Mo Adams, Julian Carranza, Clement Diop, Jairo Quinteros, and Matthias Pellegrini. The team got better. The players that they lost are big names, right? Pellegrini, Carranza, part of that old regime, but they weren't playing any. They brought in a striker. They increased the loan of a player who's been relatively okay for them, and they brought in one of the best playmakers in MLS over the last 3 years. Good window. It's a win. And you can start to see there's a turnover from that old way of doing things into, okay, let's actually have an idea of what we're doing, who we're going to get. And they don't need to be the biggest, flashiest signings. They just need to do the job, right? And we talked about that in our last episode. I think it's a win, and you can actually see their results are showing that they've done well this offseason so far.
Yes, I agree with you. I do think this window is a win, but I will say that I think that they have been overplaying based on how their performance has actually been. Because if you look at it, they've got the same goals for, same goals against as Charlotte, and yet they're 4 spots higher than Charlotte. So to me, that's just telling me that they find ways to win in tight games, and when they lose bad.
That's a
Which is
really good
fine.
observation.
Which is fine. Like that's what you need to make the playoffs. Then, by all means, but I just don't know if that's like you got to still be willing. You got to still be able to carry that type of performance into the rest of the season because you're only barely on the cusp of the playoffs right now. And you could eat like there are strong teams below you that are going to be making hard pushes. Columbus is going to make a hard push. New England's going to make a hard push. Toronto's going to make a hard push. It is going to be tough.
Chicago is going to make a hard push.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta could make a hard push, just like we talked about. Like it could be very tough to keep that spot, especially when you're sitting on literally the second joint worst goal difference in the Eastern Conference, which is wild to me. They're sitting 6th in the playoffs with the second worst goal difference in the Eastern Conference.
I think it's even more scary / impressive that DC United is minus 27. Everybody else is no worse than -8, and DC is just like, what's up? Hold my beat.
Yeah, they're fully resetting for Wayne.
Unbelievable. No, completely agree with everything you said there. It's a win, right? This
Yeah.
team is a very they're in a tough spot because there's going to be a lot of people chasing them, but they're in a good spot for where they were a year and a
Any opportunity to see Gonzalo Higuain play less is a win for me.
half. I'm all for it. Here we go.